All right, well, welcome to this lesson on factoring trinomials. Um, we are going to be factoring these trinomials by a method called decomposition. Okay, so this is a definite method. It has steps. You kind of just need to learn the steps. And this is how I go. Okay, so you always check to make sure to see if you can take out a greatest common factor first. Once you do that, okay, so we need to talk about sum and product. Remember when we were doing those math crosses? So we're going to set up our crosses like this, and the sum is the term b. Okay, so when I have a trinomial, it's always of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So whatever number is in front of my x is my b term. The number in front of my in front of my x squared is my a term. The number in front by itself at the end is called c. Okay, so super important that you understand that. So my sum is my b term. So in this case, sorry, I'll color code that. My b is -2. Okay, so that's going to be -2. And my product is going to be my a value times by my c value. So 3 times -5 is -15. Now we go to town and we find the two integers that satisfy this. So the two things that multiply to give me -15 and add up to -2 are -5 and +3. Then what we do is we take those two integers and we rewrite the middle term of our trinomial using those. So I keep the first term the same and I keep the last term the same, but I'm going to rewrite this -2p using -5 and +3. So I'm going to write -5p plus 3p. Okay, so you can see that this still equals to -2p. I just now have 4 terms. Now that I have 4 terms, group your first two, group your last two, and then we've already learned this, 4 terms, take out a common factor from the first grouping. I can take out a p, and I'd be left with 3p minus 5. In the second group, there's nothing common to both of them, so I've got to take out at least a 1, 3p minus 5. So my factors are 3p minus 5 and p plus 1. Okay, let's look at our second example. Okay, so if I make my cross, my sum is 11. It's the value of b. My product is 2 times 5, which is 10. So the two things that multiply to give me 10 and add to give me 11 are 10 and 1. So I'm going to rewrite my middle term, 2x squared plus 10x plus 1x plus 5. Don't forget to put these ones in here. I find a lot of students will forget those, and then when they go to group, things are looking a little bit wonky. Okay, so group, once I have 4 terms, take out a common factor from the first grouping, 2x, and I'll be left with x plus 5. The second grouping, take out a 1, x plus 5. So my two factors are x plus 5 and 2x plus 1. All right, let's go down to number 3 here. 9k squared plus 66k plus 21. So the first thing I notice is, whew, these are big numbers. So I wonder if there's something that could come out. So is there something common to all of 9, 66, and 21? Well, 3. So I could factor out a 3. Then I'll be left with 3k squared plus 22k plus 7. Okay, so now I'm going to factor this trinomial in the inside. So from there, my sum is 22. My product is 21, so my numbers are 1 and 21. So that middle part is going to become 3k squared plus 1k plus 21k plus 7. We're going to be grouping within there. So I've still got that 3 sitting out front, and I've got a k. This will become 3k plus 1 plus 7, 3k plus 1. So I've got the 3, and then inside of there I've got a 3k plus 1 and a k plus 7. All right, one more, -6a squared minus 25a minus 25. Even though they're big, it doesn't look like there's anything that can come out. So my sum is -25. Oops, that's kind of messy. My sum is -25. My product is positive 150. So I need to play around a little bit here and think of some things. So let's see, 10, -10, and -5. Seems like it would work. So -10, -5, -6a squared minus 10a minus 15a minus 25. So group the first two, group the last two. So what can come out of that first term is a 2a. Actually, I'm going to take a -2a. Take always the sign of that first term. That will leave me with 3a plus 5. And in the second group, I can take out a -5. And that will leave me with 3a plus 5. So my two factors are 3a plus 5 and -2a minus 5. Remember that you can always check these by multiplying back through. 3a times -2a would give me -6a squared. -15a and -10a would give me my -25. Positive 5 times -5 would give me my -25. Okay, so there are definite steps. You need to follow the steps, and you just need to practice, practice, practice until you don't have to think about it anymore.